Today is Monday. We're going to talk a little bit on life. We know that life is a gift from God. And so many of you asking on today, what if your life is messed up? Perfect was not the plan. Purpose is you and I are chosen for a purpose. We are here for a purpose. We are called for a purpose. And that purpose also involves other people. Instead of running away from your mess, be still and know He is Lord. He will take your case. So life is a gift from God, both physical and spiritually. Human beings, as ourselves, we are created in God's image, given us unique value and purpose which He has given us. So don't you know that God is the source and the sustainer of life? God breathed life into every man, and the source of life is with him. Life be lifing. So many times we hear people say life is lifing. Life can be lifing at times. That's a slang, that's a phrase that a lot of people like to use. They like to use it to acknowledge the unpredictable and the often challenges of nature and life, suggesting that these things are happening as they usually do, with both good and bad experience, is a way of saying that life throws both joy and difficult things our way, and we just have to accept it and deal with it. We have to recognize that life isn't always smooth. It's not always a smooth sailing. There will be times of joy, success, and ease, but also a time of struggle, setbacks, and hardship. Life is a way of saying that life is just doing its thing. And it can be messy at times, unpredictable, and sometimes overwhelming. Life can change so quickly. We can be happy one day, empty and broken the next day, or even the same day. Sometimes in life, we must hurt in order to grow, fall in order to know, and lose in order to gain. But our greatest life lessons are learned through the hills and the valleys of our own unique journeys. So the question I'm going to ask you today is, are you doing life? Or are you letting life do you? The question isn't about dismissing the weight of life challenges. It's about reframing the narratives and the reclaiming our agencies in the midst of those challenges. When life, it can feel like we're at a crossroad. Number one, either we manage life, acknowledging the challenges, doing the best that we can, and finding ways to navigate through it. Two, we can submit to life using feeling powerless and stuck in the beliefs that there's nothing that we can do. But I want to be clear about this. Life would always do what life does. While it's unpredictable, it will serve of joy and heartbreak, growth and grief, stability and choice. But the question isn't if life will life it, it's how we respond when it does. When life throws the big stuff like losing a job, going through a divorce, the death of a loved one, a health diagnosis, or even just the sheer exhaustion of parenting or caregiving. For we know that they are real. They can be heavy. And in these moments, it's easy to feel like life is like the driver's seat while we are barely holding on in the back of the seat. But here's a shift to consider. These moments, as difficult as they are, don't have to be, and it cannot define who we are. They can only invite us to respond and how we respond. Responding doesn't mean pretending that everything is fine. It doesn't mean that bypassing grief. anger, or fear. It means allowing yourself to feel what you need to feel and take intentional steps forward, however small that they may be. But life will life, but you will too. Life is life, and yes. But the beautiful thing about life is that while it does and while it keeps moving, so can we. We can honor the hard moments without letting them define us. We can choose to respond in ways that's neutral, growth, and remind us of our own strength. So the next time life feels overwhelming, ask yourself, am I doing life or is life doing me? Take a breath, take stock, and take one small step forward. Because while life will always life, you have the power to decide how you meet it. So I'd like you to remember this. Life is going to happen no matter what's going on. It's going to happen. The days are going to go on no matter what. So all we can do is handle how we react to it. You know the obstacles that are coming our way. Just like I said, life is going to go. Life is going to take its courses, and life is going to do its things. But in this world, as we journey through this world, in our Christian life, our durability is tested in life. Sometimes it gets the best of us. If we are not praying or we're not prayed up, we can fall prey to despair, disappointment, discontent, and disillusions. We can find ourselves tempted to give up hope and throw in the towel. I am grateful that when I begin, now I'm getting a little personal, that when I begin to feel the pressures of life, I can remind myself that I am in the process of my duration, ability, my faith in God, simply being tested. I do not have to panic because I know that even when I do not understand, God knows what he is doing. So when life starts lifing, I must remember to trust in God, in his purpose. I do not need to spend time trying to figure things out. I'm simply needing to trust God. I do not know why God allows what he does, but I know one thing, that I can trust him. And when life starts lifing, it's not always about me. Sometimes we have to remember everything is not about you. It's not about you. Sometimes God allows things to occur so that he can show his power. And all that we have to do when life starts life is to keep on trusting God. We must stay connected to him and follow his plans as well. Following his plan requires us to fix our eyes on him. And when our eyes is fixed on God, we have to stay grounded and focus on what is true. And in doing so, we will receive strength necessary for whatever comes our ways. I will be able to stand, and you will be able to stand against the wiles of the enemy. Live boldly and courageously, and even when life is lifing, just take a stand.